the way.
That's fine. I'm gonna get juice live. Live juice, baby!
Hell yeah. Let me get a chat. Can I get a chat? See, we got a couple people in the chat. I don't understand, and it's just Game Crimes that does this. It's blurry when I start the stream. Like Greetings Adventures doesn't do that. It's just Game Crimes.
We've done something.
Yeah, who knows?
God's punishing us again. God's yelling at me.
It's fine.
This is the real backstage, behind-the-scenes footage for all the subscribers out there. This is orange juice, baby. So you keep the voice up. Oh, and that's a clean 4? Incredible. That's for you, out there. So what are we doing tonight, Mike?
We are playing some games that have been ported from the NES up to the Super Nintendo. This has been on my radar for a bit because I don't understand why you'd want to do that. It very much, you know, I've seen the work that's being done, and it's infidelity _NES on Twitter, and then also Rumblemins on Twitter as well have been working through some games and converting them up to Super Nintendo. I guess one of the reasons that you might want to do it is to gain access to MSU1, which is a it's a coprocessor for Super Nintendo. I think we've talked about it before, that never actually existed, but if it had existed, would have provided Super Nintendo games with CD quality audio. So when I say coprocessor, think in terms of like the Super FX chip, or a chip that would have been on the cartridge that would have enhanced the capabilities of that game.
Which is really common for the NES as well. Like, it's a lot of games had extra chipsets or whatever in them to just add extra features. And I think the MSU one was meant to be used for a potential CD add-on for the SNES that never came out.
Sure. So I'm going in mostly blind. I mean, I've got an idea of what to expect, but I don't really know what the benefit of this is going to be, if any, until we play it.
Sure. Well, one thing that's a potential change is that a lot of NES games they ran into technical limitations due to the age of the hardware, meaning that NES games would have slowdown or sprite flicker. And the idea, I think, of porting some of these to NES is eliminating some of those things. Whether or not that's a good thing, I guess we'll see in action. A lot of NES games are actually designed around those limitations. So something like Mega Man 2 actually has a ton of slowdown in it. But, you know, if you eliminate it, does it improve the game? I honestly don't know.
Sure. So this is the list that we've got here. Jen, you should be able to see this as well. I don't know if there's anything that you, in particular, you want us to start with.
Let's start with Mega Man 2.
Mega Man 2?
You know,
right.
let's get the energy up, you know.
And we'll go ahead and do this is kind of nice. Infidelity is included both an MSU1 version, but if you prefer original audio, that version's there as well.
I should probably try the enhanced one, right?
Absolutely. All of these, if you want to hunt them down, they are all available on archive.org. Like, starting out with the PlayStation boot noise.
Okay, so this is a port of the soundtrack from the PS1 version of the game, which does have an arranged soundtrack. They released the first 6 NES games on PS1 with rearranged soundtracks, but they never got ported to the US.
That's something else I should mention too. Is that MSU1 does allow for full motion video, which is why we got the fancy Capcom logo. But
Oh, that's right.
this is running off of my actual Super Nintendo. There are emulators that support MSU1 as well, but I'm using a flash card to do it. I do not remember the boss order.
Typically you can go Metal Man first.
Okay.
Some people go Flash Man if you can solo it. It's usually Metal Man, Wood Man, Air Man. You go from there.
Oh, why wouldn't I? Oh, okay. I didn't think I was gonna get damaged by the chain.
So this section here is actually on the NES extremely flickery, and you can see some of that replicated, but you'd also be seeing the cranes flickering as well.
And I wonder if I've got extra sprites turned on. Let me check that out real quick.
Maybe.
Oh, no, I don't have extra sprites turned on. I'm on real hardware, not Mr. Oh god, this is giving me Mega Man and Bass PTSD.
It's okay. This is much better than that game. I don't love the rearranged soundtracks of these PS1 versions in general, but this song is just such a pop. How do you not? I mean, it says this music rips. PJ Dark says Mega Man, nice. That's correct and correct.
God, Mega Man music was so good.
It really is.
Oh god, I hate that shit. There we go.
Get the power up, baby! You can jump on the things to go faster.
Yeah, for sure.
So one thing that's definitely noticeable in this port, a lot less slowdown, a lot less flicker. Those trash cans flicker. Ooh.
Oh yeah, how am I supposed to get out of there? Oh, I go up. Alright.
You're not. No, you're not. You just die.
Oh,
Unless you have one of the special items.
Gotcha.
But you keep the E-Ping, so. H Sloth Hugo says this rips. He's fucking correct. D Martin G's throwing the dug up in the chat. That's correct. Hello, y'all. What's up, D Martin G? Nice to see you.
Oh shit. One of these little freaks.
You can't even do anything about them. You just have to jump them.
Right.
Here we go, baby. This is where the real shit happens.
Cool.
The remix of this boss theme is whack.
God, he figured out my pattern for a minute.
Cleaning them up, baby. I think that's supposed to go the other way around.
Right.
Right? Ooh, luxurious stream, you get more orange juice? Yeah, that's right. With the mango? The drums are really impressive on this because, like, SNES drums in particular they're very noticeable. They're very sampley. These are
Hmm.
nice and full and filled with bass.
Yeah, we'll do
It's
one
good.
more level here and then.
So the gear you picked up is it's the weakness of Woodman and Bubbleman. So you could do either. Bubbleman technically has the better music, but Woodman's stage is more fun.
Oh, here. I was gonna check on the to see if maybe they allowed for weapon switching with the shoulder buttons. They did not.
Oh, okay. Starman says D. Martin G gifted him a sub for Greeting Adventures. That's very cool. Hugo, have you all ever had a fish tank? We had fish tanks growing up. How about you, my friend? Did you have fish tanks growing up, Mike?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No, I grew up with a profound hatred for animals because we had horses. I think I've talked about this.
That's right.
I just didn't want to have to deal with animals.
You've really evolved into a lizard guy, though, which is really powerful to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, no, I'm living the lizard life. That's fine.
How is he doing? Is he, still thriving?
Super skittish. Like, does not want to be anywhere in the same room as us.
Jaime says, I know the horse kid pain. Hugo says, I had a fish tank growing up, but I learned the angelfish are today the angelfish are chicholage, which is crazy. And D. Martin G says, horse eat money and shit work. Well, that's gotta be true.
Dude, that's God, the best way that I could think of to put that.
Eat money and shit work.
Yep. Yeah, this music's not great.
It's fine. These remixes don't have the same sense of like energy to them. They're very soft on the synths. The NES synths are rather harsh, so it comes off as all very smooth. I don't like the smoothness.
What are you gonna do? There you are. I knew he was gonna pull some shit. They're really generous with the power-ups.
They are. That is also the case in the original.
Like, what?
Yeah. Or no, you can just hang out here and spam one-ups. Same thing in Amion's. This is just telling me we need to play like Mega Man on the stream sometime.
Oh, for sure.
People in chat are digging it, and I happen to have a deep love for this game, so.
I mean, I was more of a Mega Man X guy, but I dig these. Now, if somebody
I think I like
modded
X.
these to have a wall jump, I'd be on board. Oh my god.
I like X, but I only like the first 3 games, whereas these NES ones, I think I like all 6 of them. They're not all equally good, but that's a different issue.
Thank God. I was not able to deal with those fucking birds.
Hugo says that lizards are able to escape. I learned some shrimp try to escape, which is nuts, but they aren't made for our dry world.
Oh, sure.
They were not made for our dry world, that's true. Yeah, that's synth trill. It just doesn't pop. added slap base too, but it's really weak. Just smoked him.
Yeah, I feel like the weaknesses are always just a little too strong. Like
I love it in this game because I think 3 bosses are vulnerable to the metal blade.
Oh, perfect.
Like it's before they worked out the weakness chain. They were just like, this one weapon should be really good.
All right, let's move on.
We're moving on, folks. Let's move to a different game. So there's not like a ton of differences here from what I'm seeing, at least from that game.
Do you want something that's got more of a difference?
I suppose. Yeah, let's go for it. What do we got?
Let's do Contra.
Let's do it, baby. Woo! I'm laughing because Mike described some of this to me, and holy shit, is this a weird and bad idea.
So I only did, there's like multiple versions of it, and then this one like struck me. It's a movie poster with Stallone and Schwarzenegger, which wasn't a movie as far as I know.
No.
But let's give it a shot.
What do we putting the DeviantArt in here then? Is that what we're doing? Oh wow, you deserve to go to hell for changing the music on that.
Right?
Oh god, fuck you. I mean, these ports are cool, no disrespect, but I can't get on with it.
The definition of Contra. Webster's dictionary defines Contra.
Looking at the encyclopedia entry for Bill Reiser. Jaime says it doesn't have the charm of the 8-bit sound or the loudness. I would agree with that. This is too cinematic, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate the ambition, but why?
This is why I'm not sure if we're gonna get like blacked out or something in the YouTube video.
We'll just have to be like super obtuse about whether or not we know what it is. Let's try that.
Right. What is it? Is that a helicopter? What is that?
I wonder if this is an original film made for the ROM hack.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it is. They got young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why is this a part of the fucking game?
Yeah.
Why?
And so it goes on like this. It goes on like this and tries to like give backstories to both of the characters.
Meanwhile, the video's running in like 14 by 14 resolution.
What are y'all playing tonight, Dead Chicken? We are playing a lot of things.
So this is a collection of NES games ported to the Super Nintendo by a particular modder. And we thought it was just clean ports, but this is showing us that it's definitely not just clean ports. Jaime says, I do want more bootleg of movies on NES or SNES cards now. I agree with that.
I kind of dig the music in here though.
That's not bad. What's the most like 1990s game you could put on a SNES cart? I'm voting for The Crow, City of Angels.
Oh
That's
my
right,
god.
folks. Oh, you gotta get that spread, baby.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up there.
Ah!
Because it's gonna move the camera too much, I think. Oh, yep.
I think so. Have you tried entering the Konami code? Do you get like a clip from Twins or something?
Weirdly, I haven't.
Ego asks, could you put Dwarf Fortress on a SNES cart? I mean, technically you could, but it would probably need a port to that programming language to actually function. But it's just text for the most part.
This is the best I've ever done at Contra.
This is has a decent amount of slowdown and flickering in it, and this port does not have that.
Oh. Let's go.
Jaime says you're doing well because the FMV inspired you.
Yeah.
The Wild Thornberrys movie, is that 90s enough? That's early 2000s, my friend.
Yeah. Every once in a while I'm getting a little bit of feedback for myself. It's not very often.
I get a little like noise every once in a while.
Like I'll hear the last little bit of a word that I say come back, but I don't know where it could possibly be coming from.
Oh, I'm not hearing that, at least.
These levels are abysmal.
Yeah. Hot take is not as good a game as people remember.
No, absolutely not.
And in fact, its sequel Super C is much better, but we won't get into that. It's so cinematic. It's true, and the two-player is really good too, so I don't want to discount that part, but it is very frustrating 2 or 3 levels in, and there's a certain, like, awkwardness to it.
Ugh. Well, that's pretty much what. Let me restart this one and see what the differences are in those other options. It's probably just without all the extra frills, but I just want to double check it.
I'm going to show you a different video of Arnold. It's like an NES cart with like 4 gigs of movies on it.
Oh, it gives you some. I don't know what these mean.
Oh, no clue. Oh, different soundtracks, I imagine.
Uh-huh. Right, but like what's
like
2A03 VGS?
NES sound chips, maybe? Or well, no, there might be arcade versions too, because Contra was originally an arcade game.
Yeah, this is back to like original sound. Okay.
Hugo says a theater cart would kick ass. They kind of had those for the Game Boy Advance. These little like episodes of SpongeBob or whatever.
Let's do Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Let's do.
This is
this game is great.
This game's great. This is one of Rumbleman's, and the title screen music is just a little too serious, I think.
Is it intense?
Yeah, you could say that.
Are you holding on to your chair a little bit? That's Metal Gear music. What the fuck?
It's like a Bond intro.
This is just like literally like. Why are this like setup noises? Oh my god! They massacred my boy.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. Is the thing.
It's fine.
Like, I feel like they had to have known what they were doing.
Yes, it's giving OC remix.
Uh-huh.
The sprite for picking the other guy up is always extremely good.
And then back to NES music. Like, if I didn't know what I was, like, getting into, I'd feel a little cheated. Because I'm like, wait, what happened to that? That tone just completely shifted.
At least the audio has gone back to its like wonderful like Shinko or like pachinko machine ass noise.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how else to describe this game. It's very ugly, like noise, sound wise. It sounds like a carnival game.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times that it was just like a sound engineer just messing with the chip, and they get a sound, they're like, oh, that sounds kind of weird. All right, we'll make that the sound effect. Oh, come on. He wouldn't throw it.
I should say I do like this music despite how chintzy it is.
I definitely remember more flicker in this game.
Oh, a ton. This is so clear.
It's weird to me that like the draw in and like artifacting around the edges isn't gone. You know what I mean?
It's still successfully ported.
This game is the reason that I think those like robot dogs are a much bigger part of the show. I think they only show up in like a couple episodes.
They are really great design, so I get it. This music is like the soundtrack to getting drugs from the dentist. It's like just the interior of your skull while this is happening.
Alright, alright. Oh, this one just will not do the soft reset, eh? Alright, stand by.
R.I.P. R.I.P. to Chip and or Dale.
You know, sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks.
So that one was the one not done by Infiltration, right?
Say this again?
That one
Yes.
was not done by Infiltration? Okay.
Correct.
Which, I mean, respect for what they did. I think it's a pretty solid port, honestly. Oh, are we ducktailing?
We're
Is that what
ducktailing.
doing? We're having adventures?
I have a feeling that scaling logo didn't exist.
No, it did not.
And they give you this is neat. It's a nice little menu. Gives you the option of like the remastered soundtrack or
Which is probably what the Contra menu is doing as well. We just weren't smart enough to figure that out.
Absolutely.
I think the original is much better than the remastered, but you go wild, my friend. Okay, that's pretty great, dude.
Yeah, you just get the whole intro, which I won't let play because that'll absolutely get us a
No!
strike.
I fucking hate copyright striking. I can't just vibe. Fuck you. Prancer X says, I feel like the over-the-top audio stuff must be making use of an emulated enhancement chip. Surely you can't make the emulated built-in audio chip do that with clever programming. So what this is doing is emulating a chip known as the MSU that was developed for the SNES chipset, for particularly the PlayStation, which was a CD add-on designed by Sony. That never came out, but the MSU chip is still configured into the way the SNES works. So Mike is actually running this on real hardware, but with these sort of enhancements, which is the uniqueness, I guess, of these ports. That's why the music is unique, but it's also why we're able to get some, like, the video features, for instance.
There we go.
Way forward, I know you try your best, but you deserve to be interred for crimes for what you did to the soundtrack.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go to the original. I don't know that I've ever heard it. This game definitely flew under my radar.
Well, wait, why? You don't have to exit and do that, do you? Oh, you're just resetting it? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that, but I respect it.
Is there a way to what do you mean? Was there a way to switch soundtracks in the middle of the game?
No, I just was saying you didn't have to reset, but I respect it. Hugo says, hacking old computer terminals to access data from the past. That's correct. Basically. So you're saying you haven't spent a ton of time with this game?
No.
Oh my god, Mike, this is a beautiful video game.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay. Prancer X, so it's like a SNES++, an incremental upgrade that was planned but never implemented. Basically, yes. So there are other specialized chipsets for the SNES, including the FX chip. But this is just one that never really got implemented.
I recognize that canister. Can't fool me, Capcom.
Oh yeah, this is the classic. I believe this one is also done by the Mega Man sound design team. Hugo's asking, how does it control, Mike? Well,
Pretty good.
what you think?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's
very responsive little platform here.
it's pretty tight.
Can I show you something very quick, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Those rocks that you're... Okay, it's already destroyed. Never mind. So, go down the vine right quick. If you stand next to those bricks, or any of those rocks, you can hit them with your chain like a golf club and use them as a projectile.
What button do I do to hit him?
I think you press forward on the D-pad, and then I think B.
Oh.
Or maybe that's just a sequel. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't see, but he does like the. It almost looks like he's holding the golf club, so I was kind of expecting something.
Oh,
Wait
there
a
he
minute.
is. There he is. That is the animation for doing it.
It's put on Y.
Oh, okay. Weird. But that's the way you can destroy creatures without having to jump on them. Jaime, was there a SNES DuckTales game as well? No, but there is a sequel to this game on the NES, which is basically the same thing in the game engine, same game engine. There are 2 Game Boy ports which are excellent, as well as a remake of this first game that was released in 2013 for like the PS3 and Steam. And if you want a game that looks like the original DuckTales show, that remake does a good job, but the originals have a sort of a feel to them that does not get replicated.
Do I? Is it the end of the level, or is there more that I should be doing here?
There's a boss you can fight, but it allows you to exit by finding a launch pad, basically. I mean, I said I wasn't sure if this is what the remake was based on or not. The remake was my first time playing it. Yeah, this is what the remake is based on. But the remake adds, like, additional levels and stuff to do. Generally mucks the entire process up. I don't think it's a bad remake, it's just very different.
Damn. Oh, 30. Yeah, I've got that. Okay. How far back do I have to go for it to ask me again?
I don't know, you can also just bait this guy out and jump on him to get up there.
That's true.
You guys says when I was young I got to play Harvest Moon 64, but it's very hard to find now. Yeah, that's like one of the rare treasures of the N64, unfortunately. So I think it's one of the better Harvest Moon games. Frickin' Steve says Zelda looks different than I remember. Yeah, Zelda McDuck. Use your cape to defeat the treasure.
Damn it. God, I did the exact same thing 3 times in a row.
It's very funny to me they gave the boss iframes. Like, talk about a design trope that still exists. Prancer X says more games should be about rich ducks. Halo should have been about a rich duck. Well, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. If you get the option of picking a stage next, Mike, go to the moon.
I will go to the moon.
It is the best NES song, period.
Oh, Oh, I've heard this.
Oh yeah. This song goes so fucking hard.
And then they interrupt it with this invincibility music.
We're just gonna be grooving the entire time. Sorry, folks. I'm not sorry. This kicked ass. I
Oh, this
lied.
is good.
I lied.
Oh my god.
Hugo says this would be incredible if he was a regular, realistic duck. I agree. Also, in real life, we should give realistic, real-world ducks tons of money.
Seems pretty realistic to me.
Yeah?
This is exactly how I remember ducks. Back when they still existed.
R.I.P. Global warming has taken so much from us. Including every duck.
I'm every duck. It's a hidden treasure. But it's not the key?
No. Just hidden treasure. R.I.P. ducks. I agree. R.I.P. to all ducks out there. We loved you. We loved feeding you bread. We loved giving you problems with your body by feeding you bread. It turns out they cannot process complex sugars. It just kind of makes them sick.
But they fucking love it, though.
Oh, I mean, so do we, right? Like, we're not supposed to be eating bread.
Alright, where the fuck is this key?
You're in the maze, Bretta.
I've already been here.
Hugo says I painted my chick brooder green and yellow. Go ducks, of course. Of course. Arguably the best color scheme in college sports, and I won't hear you otherwise. It's extremely Scrooge McDuck to, like, go on a UFO and just make $130,000 by existing. Yeah, we got the hidden passageway, baby! Friggin' Steve asks, are you from OCLA? Oh, the University of Oregon is the Ducks, baby. Quack, quack.
There's that key.
It's the key to the UFO.
So did they just make all the bosses optional? Is that the...
No, you have to get all, like, collect an item from beating the bosses, and you get 5 items to unlock the boss level. But
Gotcha.
they allow you to like exit the levels early if you want to.
Not gonna lie, I kind of got more money than I know what to do with.
Damn, dude, that's called immersion.
Bless me bagpipes. Huh. I guess I didn't really need to fight him, but I desired it.
You got the bloodlust.
Now Gizmo can blast what wall?
There's a wall to be blasted.
Well...
I want to say it's on the outside of the UFO to the right.
Like if I gotta go out, I gotta go out the bottom?
Yeah, I think so. Starman says, I do like how this is one of those games where you go to some place and start beating up and robbing everyone you see. Yes, that's why the NES is beautiful. The number of crimes you commit in River City Ransom alone is just remarkable.
Oh, come on!
Scrooge makes his fortune by being history's most successful mugger.
Alright, let's see what else we got.
Yeah, let's move it on down the line, folks. Read the Carl Barks Duck stories if you want to read good comics sometimes. That shit is incredible.
So we've got other Mega Man games, but there's also Metroid, Punch-Out, Rygar, and The Legend of Zelda.
Say, let's switch it up for Mega Man, because we can always just run back to like 4 or something if we get bored with these other options.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I imagine you're familiar with Metroid and Zelda, right?
I didn't play the NES versions much.
Okay. I mean, the original NES Zelda is like one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think I beat it one time, but that's the extent of the times that I played it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. I love that game deeply. We've got some requests in the chat for Punch-Out and Zelda, so maybe just do one of those. We'll move to the next one.
Okay. I will not be good at Punch-Out.
It won't last long.
I refuse to be good at Punch-Out.
It's a rhythm game. People who are good at Punch-Out are just dancers.
Looks like no MSU one for this one. Which I don't know what they would put in there.
It's like real audio from Mike Tryson's like press conferences. You like get at this matchup screen and you hear Mike Tyson saying he's gonna eat your children. That is something he threatened one of his boxing opponents with.
Yeah, I am familiar with that.
Which kicks ass. That's so good. So this game is pretty notorious for the flicker.
Oh. Yeah, I'm barely seeing any flicker.
Yeah, there's none here.
Oh my god.
So this is one of those games where like randomly my dad didn't play a lot of video games, but every once in a while he would find one video game and get like obsessed with it and play for it like 5 days in a row, and Punch Out was one of them. So I have seen the end of this game naturally, but I was not the one doing it. The other games my dad was obsessed with: Rock and Roll Racing and then Road Rash for the PS1.
Dude, I love Rock and Roll Racing.
So good. My dad got it at a garage sale for like $8. We played the living shit out of it.
I've shown you the. We can't play it on stream for obvious reasons, but I've shown you the MSU1 port of it, haven't I?
I don't. I think I'm aware of it. I don't know if I've seen it.
It just uses all of the music. It's just all there.
Rock and Roll Racing has for the audience has a soundtrack that's like Steppenwolf and Black Sabbath and shit. They actually licensed those songs and made MIDI versions of them, basically. And these special part of it adds just the normal song riffs. Hugo says my dad did that with Prince of Persia 2. He found a hidden potion that wasn't in any of the guides. That is cool. Your dad has the taste of like a PC game reviewer. Starman asks, is that way Norm Macdonald played a pigeon in Mike Tyson Mysteries? Because Mike Tyson used to keep pigeons. Yes, it is.
Oh my god, stop getting up.
To admit, Mike, the appeal of this one has always escaped me.
Yeah. Alright, so that's literally just Punch Out.
Yeah. It seems to run a little better. Less flicker, cleaner motion, no slowdown.
Zelda I could see vibing with an MSU1 port.
Yeah. I mean, there is the soundtrack that was from the remixed SNES version that you can insert in there.
Yeah, so you've got this version, and it'll let you play with the original as well.
Okay. I mean, you know which one I prefer, but...
Yeah. I mean, CD audio is going to be a thing you either like or you don't.
I think it's... For me, it's the vibe of the game. Like, the CD audio sometimes just sounds too clean for these NES games.
Sure. But, like, not entirely anachronistic, because there would have been, like, TurboGrafx, like, CD games that would have had similar audio.
For sure, yeah. It's... Like, this isn't even that different from, like, a SNES version, but... To me, it's, like... It takes away from some of the raw, like, roughness of NES games.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're not very smooth, they're not very polished. They have a sort of, like, weird, almost outsidery art vibe to them.
Sure.
Like, it's very much smoothed over by some of the CD audio. So I think you're right, it's totally personal preference. Hugo's got a vote of thumbs up. You know, he likes it, so... We do have the CD audio fans in the chat, in respect.
This tile set is what threw me off of the original Zelda, as I would be like my ADHD could not keep track of like what's what, and I'm like, this is the same screen 3 times in a row. It's not, but as far as my brain is concerned, it absolutely is.
It's really not that different. Like, there's a few less bushes in certain spots. It was super confusing for me too as a kid.
But did you have the patience for it?
Yes.
Okay.
But also a big part of that was the context to which I was playing these games in. So like, I went to a daycare.
Uh-huh.
My brother and I did.
Oh yeah, I think you told me about this.
Yeah, like 2 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And we would just have an entire afternoon to play an NES game. Of course, we would just play Zelda until like the brakes were beat off the thing. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have had the patience.
I think when I heard that you had to light one of these bushes on fire, like, it wasn't when I was actually trying to play it, but I heard it secondhand, years later, and it made me so mad. I'm like, you mean to tell me that I like it was too much for me even then, but I also didn't know the half of it?
That's why, as a kid, I had a very strange anger towards Monkey Island,
Uh-huh.
which is a wonderful game, and I was completely, ignorant. But the entire text adventure genre was just like so frustrating to me.
Get ye flask. You cannot get ye flask. Did you ever have we I'm sure we've talked about this before. Did you ever fuck with muds?
Oh my god, I loved muds, dude. Absolutely. What muds did I do? I was Mega Man mud. I was in a WCW Pro Wrestling mud.
Excellent.
I'm trying to think what else. Dragonlance, the fantasy book series. How about yourself? I think those are the only three.
I did one. It was Threshold, and I think I've told you about the guy who ran it was this self-important guy named who called himself Aristotle.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I think he's still running it today.
Really?
Yeah, it's still up.
We should go do that one night.
Yeah, I'd get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. That's one of those things, or a corner of the internet that I feel like very much could be lost history.
Uh-huh.
Just what muds are and how they function. It's not like there's a big backlog of them. No one's tracking what happens in those rooms. Look, are they still being played on IRC? I don't know.
I mean, this one had a. I don't remember if you were it had a client of some kind. I don't know. It's been so long since I played it.
So for folks in the audience, muds were interactive text adventure storytelling things, where you would be in a chat room sort of situation, and there would be some role playing, maybe some mechanics going on, but it's all largely played in a chat room.
MUD stood for multi-user domains.
Yeah. And it was especially popular back in the day to have a MUD based on your favorite franchise. Maybe it was the 90s, so you probably loved Dragon Ball. There was a Dragon Ball MUD. There was a Final Fantasy MUD. There was a Zelda MUD. There were original MUDs. There were... What were the other ones? Moos? MUDs and Moos?
That I'm not familiar with.
Which had There were some that had dedicated clients with graphical elements as well that used ASCII. To replicate dungeons, that kind of thing. Hugo says, what about Myst? Myst is a good game. I really liked Myst as a kid. I think it stands up. It's got good presentation. It's a really intelligently designed game because it's made for people who listen to NPR. And it sticks to that mission the entire time. How about you, Mike? Did you Myst as a child?
Yeah, I did. And I beat it, but I didn't do it willingly.
Wait, you were held at gunpoint?
Yeah, in a way, because I as somebody who loved video games but didn't have any video game systems yet, and you get a hold of some software. You don't have the internet. You play what you have. So yeah, I was held at gunpoint and had to finish Myst by my childhood living on a horse farm. What else am I gonna do? And then when you get to the end of that game and you find out that the ending of the game was just at the beginning. Oh my god.
On the other hand, if you had Myst installed on the school computers, and some schools did, that was definitely a stunt to show people. I can beat Myst in 5 minutes. No, you can't. Check this shit out.
Yeah,
and
that's
you go
fair.
to the dentist chair and you wiggle some shit around. Go to the fireplace.
Yeah, that is for true.
I'll take it one further. I played all the way through Riven, the sequel to NES,
I've been
which is 4
thinking
fucking
about.
CDs long.
Yeah, I've been thinking about dipping back into Riven.
Really?
Yeah. Is that weird?
It's great. No, no, I think it's a genuinely good game. It's like what if Mists were upsetting?
That was a stupid move. Alright, well that is Zelda.
Alrighty.
You
Alrighty.
all know how it goes.
You know how it is. What do we do next? Let's keep this train rolling on, baby.
Let's do Metroid.
I'm curious what they're gonna use, what soundtrack they're gonna use here. Maybe the Zero Mission.
Oh, the orchestral.
No, why does everything have to be Star Wars?
Oh, you can have Zero Mission though.
Okay. I mean, I respect whichever one we do. The orchestra one, I'm sure, is fine. But God, it's John Williams to shit. As someone who recently played through all of the Metroids, Zero Mission is slept on and hard as hell. That game is cool.
Oh yeah, no, I love Zero Mission.
I'm picky about my Metroid. I love it, but it's got a vibe in this first game that I feel like is missed in a lot of the other ones, which is like a general spookiness to everything.
I want to say this version adds a map too.
Probably like an auto mapper.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's sick. I like that.
That's cool.
Oh man, I would actually play this game now.
That is such a menu noise. Holy.
Oh, can you not
Say
shoot
one
down?
thing. No, you need bombs for that. I will say, I bet these MSU soundtrack versions are much more pleasant for the people watching than the original, which is just like droning beep noises.
Agreed.
The shit has a rhythm to it. Low battery, good night. Good night, Hugo. Nice to see you. Hope the birds are doing well.
I think this is part of what kept me from playing the original Metroid. Is like I feel like I've passed this same screen like 8 times, and it's like in a game where you have to kind of remember where you've been. Like my brain just cannot do it. It has to look different.
For sure.
Which is why a map is
sure.
like so invaluable.
Yeah, it's something I think a lot of people take for granted. Like when we played this map as a kid, we had graph paper.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's just not something I think people would accept these days.
Well, you can't get graph paper on a horse farm.
No?
No, they didn't have it. The horses would eat it.
Anyway, I can't read. The blue eggs sucked, but the pink eggs are promising. Well, let's hold out some hope for the pink eggs then, Hugo. Let's go. Good night. Okay. We're gonna be teaching Bachman how to read. Yeah, this just seems like an EX restoration patch almost for this game.
Uh-huh. Is this actually taking damage, or?
No, not the shelled things.
Sure looks like it's supposed to be.
You can kill them with a rocket. You can't kill them with your buster.
That's a hell of a place for a health power-up to... Yes, there we go. Oh, except I need to be over here so I don't get too...
You can just sit at the pipes and shoot to spam health power-ups if you need them.
But they don't spawn if you're standing on it.
No, I mean doing what you're doing. They'll basically spawn infinitely as long
No,
as
yeah, I know
have
that. That's the same as in Super Metroid.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
That's the only, like, difficult part about it, is actually picking up... I guess I could stand back here.
I gotta say, it's kind of weird to be playing, like, games that people know and understand and have heard of.
Yeah. Oh, uh-oh. Hmm. What? Oh my god! Thank God.
We're struggling here. Hey, alright. Let's go. Watching the stream version, so I'm a few seconds behind.
Okay, the spawning on these is, like, kind of a pain in the ass.
Sid in the chat saying Mike getting trolled by the power of the Super Nintendo. It's true, he can't handle the bits. There's too many bits.
Yeah, I think I max out at 9.
He's a 9-bit man.
Was there a lot of, like, sequencing in this, or is it...
Sequencing, what you mean?
You know, like I have to go to certain places first, or is it, like, more freeform than, say, Super Metroid is?
I would say it's a little more freeform. So, like, there is a best possible path if you're just trying to, like, do the fastest run as possible. But in reality, to get to Mother Brain, you have to kill the 2 bosses. The 2 bosses are mostly accessible once you have missiles, but exploring the biomes individually is basically the best idea, because at this point in time, you just want health and missile power-ups. You can't really survive without them. Starman says you need a power glove. I don't know.
Uh,
The
Michael,
operation of the power glove, not
my
so good.
Michael was supposed to give me one, but he is yet to
Really?
deliver on that. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till you get one and then crack it open and replace it with something cursed.
Oh, okay, I can just hold the shoulder button to do a missile. Oops.
Okay, that is a huge upgrade over the original.
What did you have to do in the original?
The select button, I believe. Which, of course, is like the most cursed button. Nobody else has that button.
I'm absolutely gonna die here. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Sick. I have a feeling that's not where I would have spawned in the original.
No, you would have spawned at whatever gate you were at last.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And I seem to have both of my missile power-ups that I collected.
Yes, the original game's like that too. It's actually quite generous with the continues. Sid says, hearing zero mission arrangements over NES graphics on the SNES is freaking my bean. We freaked the man. We freaked the man's bean. You never want to be responsible for something like that, but it does happen. Bean crimes, that's right.
I'm trying not to farm too much because it doesn't make for great television.
Unfortunately, I don't know if this game does make for great television. Like, I love this game, but it is this for a decent amount of time.
Look at us go.
Look at it.
At least I figured out that the key is just not picking up power-ups if you want those dudes to stop spawning.
Pretty much. Sid's killing me in the chat. There's a real sense of loneliness and foreboding on this hostile alien planet. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We have to close up shop, folks, because Sid has figured out our formula. 45 Wit says it might affect the 18 to 35 demo. We'll have to check the Nielsen ratings. Look, brother, the 18-year-olds are not feeling the 35-year-old game for children. That's okay. We got it. We'll play older, more upsetting games. Next month, it's all Falcom on the PC-88, and you're gonna like it. It's nutritious.
Jesus.
Actually, shout out to my new favorite YouTube channel. What is it? The Basement Brothers? I think is the name of it. They play a bunch of translated PC games from the 80s, and it is fascinating. Sid says, it's time for Mike to speedrun Garage Bad Dream Adventure. Hey, we already did that. I seem to remember Mike getting extremely frustrated.
What was that game again?
Garage Bad Dream Adventure. We played it in one of our first streams. It was like a stop motion Myst style game where everything is creepy.
Oh. Yeah, you're like a little freak, right? Ain't you a little like fucked up guy? Yeah, a little robot made of garbage. Yeah, fuck that game. I hated it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm fucking dying.
Anyway, here's Rygar.
We got an invitation to the big leagues. That's right, we're gonna be playing Rygar in the pros.
Yeah, no, this music does not fit.
What's that?
This music does not fit.
No.
I don't feel like this is the music you want playing when you're essentially yo-yoing. You just greased up
No, this is
your
like
fireball.
this is the soundtrack to like viewing your map in a Pokemon game on the DS.
Okay, they sent me through a door like I was gonna see something new. I've never played Rygar, by the way. Is it any? Does it get better in this?
They sent me through a door like I was gonna see something new. Oh god, that's I mean, it's this basically. It's a longer sort of winding Metroidvania style platform. It's not bad. It's fine. But boy, did you just describe this entire era of NES game design. They put me in another room and nothing happened. Get out of here.
In the Grand Mountain lies the entrance to Garlaws. Cool, cool, bro. Anyway, I gotta go.
We're going to Garlas. Assuming the sprite is just like stylized in order to give you the impression of importance, but like, would you like to learn karate from a 16-year-old elder or a 16-foot tall elderly man
You know what?
who's
I
nude?
think I might.
Probably not.
Oh. I
Okay,
mean,
well,
yeah, no, I wouldn't. You're right. You're right. Is that what that's...
no. I want you. You should live your truth, brother. If you think he'd be a good master, I respect it. He certainly knows and understands things I don't.
Yeah, that ain't a game I want to play.
It's like we're back to the Mega Man, baby.
Oh, they won't let me out. They won't let me escape.
Sid says this is what talking to boomers is like. I agree. It's true. I mean, it sounds silly, but if I go back and visit my parents, I'm probably going to meet at least one man in his 80s with his shirt off. That's going to happen. So growing up in a resort town will get you.
I gotta say, I haven't used the EverDrive in a while, and I was very pleasantly surprised to remember that I put the Game Crimes logo in here, or not logo, but
That's right. I'm impressed by the color fade on the menu. It's very pretty.
yeah, yeah, they give you the option of a gradient.
That's
Okay,
right, folks. Mike understands how to color shift.
we did Mega Man 2.
Yeah.
We'll do 4.
Maybe 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a strong desire to go backwards when Mega Man games are concerned.
The first Mega Man game is one of those games where if you sit down and really pay attention to it, there's a lot to like. If you just hang back and play it for fun, you might have a bad time. You might have a bit of a bad time. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, so this 2A03 sound emulator is emulating the NES sound chip.
Oh, cool. Okay, that makes sense. So then what's the other one? The arranged version?
Must be.
Okay.
I didn't see an option to change it here.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, I mean, this could just be a port for slowdown and speed sake, which is like every one of these Mega Man games has slowdown and flickering everywhere.
All right, point me in the right direction.
Skullman.
I mean,
I will say, I think this is one of the weaker Mega Mans. I do not love this one.
Okay.
I
This
know a lot of people
sound
like it,
how
but
I remember.
Oh no, the audio sounds wonderful. I'm one of those annoying people who thinks the charge shot kind of takes away from the game, but stuff. This is the charge shot game for. Sid says you can get Skullman's weakness from blunt force trauma, man.
Osteoporosis, man.
Four or five wit says CTE, man.
Oh, I do have a slide in this one. One thing that like this era of Mega Man games always loved is that little like bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum like underneath it the whole time.
It's like there's not enough sound channels on the NES to actually have drums, so it's what we got.
Every track in the same time signature. Oh, that's a tough jump.
Ah, that's a rough one.
That's a tough jump. That was one of those jumps where it's like I knew the second I hit the button that I fucked up. Like before any animations happened.
Do you know the tiptoe trick for getting jumps right in these older Mega Man games? The Mega Man can have 1 foot over the edge of a ledge, but not 2. So you can like edge up really close to the edge and figure out where the foot is just taking the edge, and that's usually where the jump is.
It's edging.
Yes, it's advanced edging technique.
Okay. We're just gonna damage boost through that.
Okay, we got iframes for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do appreciate the subtlety of just the background color changing and not much else from this. Like, you don't need much to make a Mega Man level pop. Just a little color change.
Oops.
Mega Man 4 with your whack-ass boss theme.
Stop getting so close to me. I don't like it.
He's got personal space issues, bruh.
For real. Game over. Oh, I did fall into
you only get
two gaps.
Yeah, you could try a different stage. Like, you could do Ring Man, I think, or Toad Man. Both of them are killable with your Buster. Pretty alright. I think Ringman's stage is beautiful and has some of the worst design in this entire series.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
kind
just
of
kind of like a
pretty.
mini. It's pretty, but it's eventually turns into just a mini boss rush,
I
which is
feel
not
like
great.
I feel like there's no possible way it had this rainbow effect.
It did. It did.
It did. Okay. They must have had to do some like palette fuckery to make that happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Because if you take a look at the effect, there's like all
Oh my
reflected
god.
inside of it. So
Come on.
the best way to get over the rainbow bridges once they're clear is a slide. You can usually outpace the.
Okay.
Ringman stage theme, A+. It's a banger.
Okay. Okay. It's all falling apart. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking hell. I hate that.
Sucks. Sid says you can also jump onto them so they do not start fading until you land. That's true.
That's
Works too.
well, I'm not on it. And it's still animating.
Your little foot's on it.
Yeah, okay. Alright, give me a health power up. Please? This doesn't look like a health power up.
This is not my beautiful hippo.
And you may ask yourself. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off!
This song is a great example of why I do love the NES chip, because, like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, shrill synth noises, but listen to that low end. There's some stuff going on, folks. Four or five wit says it's about the notes you don't hear.
Give me a...
Beam slash says how many.
Go ahead.
Sid says how many levels of jazz is this? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not enjoying myself on this level at all.
And hence why I don't like Mega Man 4. Let's go.
Fuck off. All right, I'm done with that. I don't need
It
that in my
says
life.
Ringman was. It says Ringman was apparently designed in canon to be a Mega Man killer, which is odd because his stage seems better designed for that. True.
You want to hear an upsetting MSU one?
Sure. Do I?
I don't think this
I
is
mean,
good.
okay, kick my ass, buddy.
Do you like it? Isn't that better? Don't you feel better? Don't you feel
I'll say
better?
this as someone. I'll say this as someone who never knew my grandfathers. Okay, never knew either of them. This is like a music simulated for to have a digital grandpa. This is digital grandpa music.
Uh-huh.
This is what it's like to sit on a porch and hang out with a grandfather. I don't need any part of this shit in my fucking action game about jumping on people's head. Get it out of here.
Tupac's hologram shows up and opens his mouth and this comes out.
I'm fascinated by the idea where like Tupac fakes his own death, right? That's a pretty popular conspiracy theory.
Uh-huh.
But he did so to like learn the banjo Steve Martin style. He's just gonna spend his retirement making the most banal ass fucking music in the world for people who shop at IKEA.
Oh god, I don't have it on here. One of these days we're gonna play if we haven't already, I guess maybe we have. Super Diagonal Mario.
Oh, we definitely played Super Diagonal Mario.
We did?
Baby.
Okay. All
Oh
right.
my god, yes.
I've been
Yes. The game is
rediscovering that.
awesome. It's really, really good, actually. Which is the frustrating part. Because it's a gimmick at first, and then you get to like the fifth level, and you're like, oh fuck, you put thought into this? You didn't have to do all that. Sid said that song is actually why Suge shot him. Tupac was in Las Vegas at the casino with Koji Kondo. What? Okay, what other MSU games do we have to work with? Is there an MSU for Home Alone? Did you make that?
Wait. Did I? No.
Did you?
No, definitely not. I don't know how to do the programming portion of it.
That definitely seems like something where I would get like a text message on Friday night that's like, I'm getting into making MSU hacks. And then Monday morning, I have a Home Alone MSU hack.
What do you think of this audio?
Home Alone theme, John Williams. No, it is not, sir. This shit.
But here's my question: is why isn't it?
No.
So there's that.
You know how these MSU projects are like actual works of love and care from people who are modifying games.
Uh-huh.
It's very fitting that like that feels like it was ported by a team that made a Euro platformer or something. Just something so fucking cursed. It's like, here you go. Have fun. You're not gonna have a good time. Is that an MSU of Mega Man X2? Okay.
Have we not played that?
I don't know if we played it on stream.
Oh my god,
thought...
it sounds so good.
Really? Okay. Interesting. Do they only have X1 and 2?
Why?
I think
Yeah, I haven't seen an X3 one yet.
that's the one for the real perverts and mega heads. Cool. Oh, is this one with the upsetting motion capture sprite?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. This hideous.
Yeah, no, this is not a good looking game.
This is what Vectorman has to look like when he goes to hell.
And at this point, I remember playing this on Super Nintendo as a kid, and I'm like, when does the game fucking start?
I'm surprised they didn't include a 7-minute clip from the film.
They do. There are some interesting things in this, like, and I don't remember enough to tell you how they did it, but look at the floor.
Oh yeah. This was a very well-regarded game when it came out, especially the Genesis version. And to be fair, it is made by Psygnosis, so like, of all the Euro platformer designers, they're the ones that missed the least.
Yeah, I don't actually want to play any more of that though. Have you
Yeah,
heard either of the Mega Man X MSU1 ports?
I don't think I have, no. They probably used the arranged version soundtrack, which came out on CD. But yeah, let's do it. I'm pretty sure I can play Mega Man X1 with my eyes closed. No, no, no! Why the butt rock? Alright. I'm gonna have to adjust to this.
I don't know. I think this is alright.
I don't think it's bad at all, but it sounds like Dragon Ball Z interlude music. Okay, Sid, it's way more accurate. Sid says there's big Saban energy coming off of this one.
That explains it. That explains why I like it.
Categorically designed to tickle Mike's brain. I think this is bad as actually. I think it matches the tone pretty well. It was a bit jarring when I first heard it, but like this is fine. This isn't hurting anything.
This is the Mega Man that I was like, I spent the most time with. The DOS version.
God, yeah, dude. Where there's no max.
Right.
And that's the reason I played X3 more than the other ones, is there's a PC port. Pretty good, too.
Oh, nice. Was there one of X2 then?
No, there was not.
Okay.
And the X3 port, as well as the X3 ports that were done to the Saturn and I believe PS1, were done by not Capcom. So they're not, like, perfect, but they're pretty good. Also, Mega Man X3 was not developed by Capcom, so that's another thing. They hate it when you pull up on one of those.
Hit me. How do I sacrifice my own iframes?
Yeah, Yeah, sometimes I'm just feeling generous and I want to give people my iframes. You know, it's not a big deal. Okay, the guitar lick kicking in for zero is kind of charming me a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
I'm
think
coming over to the dark side.
I think it fits. I mean, I think it's like it's the correct aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely doesn't clash as much as some of the other ones, I think. I'll need to hear a stage theme, but you know how that is. Sid's right, we gotta hear Boomer Kawanger.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, this kinda fucks. I was worried we'd lose the synths in the process, you know?
Right.
But the synths with the guitar I could fuck with.
So is this an arrangement you recognize from elsewhere, or is this?
Yeah, this is from the arranged soundtrack. Which, like, every Mega Man game has an arranged soundtrack that they released in a CD soundtrack collection. So, like, the X games tend to be very guitar heavy, and the original series games tend to be, like, a little more synthy or jazzy. There was a while where a gigantic playlist of Mega Man arranged themes were just my workout playlist.
Have we talked about how in Mega Man X, Dr. Light is like explains to Mega Man and like his hope for the future when he gets the leg upgrade. He's like, oh, you're my last hope, and you know you must choose your own path. And then if you play Mega Man Extreme, he's like, X, get in the tube.
Did you ever write notes to your son 100 years in the future, and then maybe like 5 weeks later, you're like, you know what, son, this is kind of a stupid fucking idea. Anyway, here's how you get the CD I left you. I have no sentimental feelings about this. I've just gotten into the habit of writing you letters. Starman is asking you. Oh God, never mind. Sid says, I like how Dr. Light doesn't give X the dash because he worries about it being used for war.
Imagine if people could run.
Sid says, the gun arm is default, but dashing, that's escalation. Fair, fair.
I'm really mad that I forgot to change the dash button before,
What do you map it to? Are you an R person?
Yes. Has to
Okay.
be.
I hear ya.
Do you not?
I hit B and A at the same time.
How do you do that if you need to, if you're charging?
I don't charge usually.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can you can make this
like,
work if you charge and do like a claw grip.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I can argue that you could even, like, just rotate the thumb a little bit and use the folded part of the thumb to hit jump and dash at the same time while shooting with the tip of the thumb.
Oh, that's
But
not
like,
reliable.
most of the time you don't think so?
I don't think so. Maybe my thumb is just too stubby or something. I don't know.
I got really flexible joints. It could be that. Who knows? Starman asks, Mike, if you were to live in the world of one of the games you've played in tonight, which one would you want to live in?
Home Alone, I guess, because that's the closest to just the regular fucking world. I don't want to have to learn how to fight robots. What if I was like Rygar?
I was gonna say, can you imagine living in the world of Metroid? Just like, oh, it's so chill here.
Oh, fuck off. I hate when he charges twice in a row. Never expect it.
God, the colors in this game. Just like, I know it's subtle, but the contrasting orangish coral color with the softer tealish blue, just, god damn.
You know what I'd really like? For Corrupted to come out.
We've been waiting for what, a decade?
Uh-huh.
For that matter, the person who decided to port the Mega Man Legends 3 to a fucking 2D PC homebrew game, please get on that. The demo's so good. It's so good. Have you seen the Mega Man 7 and 8 D-makes where they make them in NES style?
No.
They're really, really cool. I would love for them to get ported to the SNES. I feel like that'd be perfect for this project. I'd actually argue the 8 D-make is better than the default game, but I'm a bit of an 8 hater.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 8.
Physics are off. They just don't feel right. It's like everything is in Marshmallow World. Sid says, on one hand, I'm surprised to hear corruption's been in the works for a decade, but then again, it feels exactly like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's for true.
Did we crash?
Did the RMS... I think we did. Hope you weren't enjoying that too much, my friend.
I was, unfortunately.
How great would it be if the MSU patch did nothing other than introduce 30-second load times between levels?
MSU 1 for Street Fighter Alpha 2 that just like leaves fight on the screen for like another 20 minutes.
Huh? I think you turned into Robot Man there.
I said an MSU 1 patch for Street Fighter Alpha 2 that just like leaves fight on the screen for another 20 minutes.
It's an MSU patch that removes even more animation. Sid said the music went too hard and the hardware couldn't handle it. That's true. In fact, I heard if you play Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son near a SNES, it will start malfunctioning.
I'm not as familiar with the music in X2, but...
Yeah, it's not as good. Although these horns sound much better.
Little do they suspect the real war is about to begin.
I love the tone, because it's like, dog, there is a giant robot shaped like an alligator in this game. The war ain't that serious. There's an alligator filled with blood. You're not getting a lot done with that. Sorry. Starman says, those Sigmas always on that grind. That's true.
I backed out because I once again forgot to change the control. I'm just not living like that. Not again. Oh, wait a minute.
What at? What?
Oh,
What?
is
What?
there no?
What?
There's no sound test.
No, I don't think so.
That's a shame.
This one does have a little bit less of a Saban vibe to it on the guitar. Oh, you were texting me earlier about this Windows 3.1 image you got rocking.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I got it. So I got that second Mister. So I've just been keeping it at work and just been doing a bunch of AO46 images. I did one for Windows 3.1. Got all the Exile games are on there. SimCity, Sim Tower. One of those like DK publishing the way things work, like little. Are you familiar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so got that on there.
It,
All of the Windows Entertainment Pack stuff. We got Jazzball. We got Pipe Mania.
that's right.
Chips Challenge.
Yes. Chips challenge stream. I could do that for 2 hours easily.
Yeah, so a bunch of bullshit on there.
That's it.
Ski Freeze on there.
I feel like playing Exile would be a bit of a culture shock for some folks. That's a crazy game.
I feel like Exile was like it scratched the like Elder Scrolls itch, years before that was a thing.
But also the like roguelike severity of death and intensity of combat itch too. Like that game does not fuck around.
Oh, what's the let's see. I'm trying to remember the name of the game. If you type top Windows 3.1 games into Google, you'll get all four of them. Yeah, Castle of the Winds felt very. It feels very much like a rogue,
Okay, I can fuck with that.
but like more like stat allocation and.
Yeah, it's not really like there's narrative in there, but it's not really narrative heavy, I would say.
Right. I got Math Blaster on there, Math Blaster 2, and I was playing that, and I literally could not. There was a couple spots on the screen that had like a number, but I literally could not identify anything they wanted me to do. I was like, there's no math happening here because the numbers aren't even associated with each other.
Is that one of those moments where you feel like, oh god, I don't even know how to do math?
Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much
That
so.
can be a good feeling.
There was
What?
a
What?
Monty Python Holy Grail game.
Yeah, it's pretty mid, but it is there.
It sounds like it.
We get some live Yoda stories.
Oh God, do we need to play Pissed?
We might need to play Pest if we can get Hugo. I'm pretty sure he'd be throwing shit through his window.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll install Pissed. I need to see
I'm
if I
not
can...
above it.
I tried to install Mist, but I couldn't get the ISO to mount.
Oh, that sucks. There's probably a version of that, right?
What's that?
There's probably an XP version of that too, right?
There probably is, but if we're gonna be launching Windows 3.1,
Yeah, I might as well get in the 3.1 mode.
yeah, my whatever. I don't know
Okay.
what installation I use. Like if there's like if I use like the wrong version or what, but I don't have Wave in my install. Because did you use 3.1 much?
You did. I didn't know.
Oh god, yeah, the startup sound is like a little like ba ba or like whatever, this shitty little horn. And that wave is missing, so it's like an even worse chime sound. It sounds like an error message.
It's not like 3-1 had great sounds in the first place.
It didn't. It didn't. No, absolutely not. But they're near and dear. With
I hear that. I hear that.
like
No,
if,
I
when
was
you
more
know
of a
the
95%.
when you know the file names of the sound effects in Windows.
What? Finish that sentence. Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else I need to say about that. But yeah, it's midnight. Probably a good time to end.
Yeah, let's fuck off. You gotta go. It says, "Hey, did 3.1 have Canyon.mid?"
Yes, it absolutely did. I think I tweeted
Talking
a
shit,
video of
Mike.
that today.
You tweeted a video of Canyon.mid.
I did. I absolutely did. Hold on, I'm finding it.
All right. We're listening to it. Is it? Can we put Canyon.mid on the stream?
Uh, probably. I don't know if we'll get like a takedown, but you know.
I'm listening to it right now and having a great time.
We won't get taken down for Canyon.mid, but
We can go crawl in bed. We can go do. We can
no,
go do the thing.
I got it.
We're gonna go. Oh, you got it.
Oh, that was only like 7 seconds of it. We need Canyon.mid. We need it.
We need it.
Yeah, there we go.
You got it. Pump
Yeah.
it out, baby. I'm not hearing it.
Oh well, you won't.
I'm
You
not
won't hear it.
hearing
Hold
it.
on a second. I'll fix it. And this is somebody playing it through. They're playing it through something else. Like this is not what it would have sounded like.
No, it'd been a little raw.
Yeah,
That said, this shit is slapping.
it sounds great coming out of the Mister.
I should just like play this every time we start a stream.
Make this our intro music.
Would that be wonderful?
That'd be all right.
We couldn't get in trouble. Yeah. The only problem is it's 2 minutes long, but that's okay.
It's got to be 70 years old. It's got whatever the, the public domain.
I don't know why, but I love the idea of a bunch of scientists in the 1950s all standing around like a fucking gigantic table and being like, "We've done it. We've created a MIDI file. We've created Canyon.mid for the first time.
Oppenheimer,
What are
but
we gonna
it's
do
for
with this
MIDI.
power?" For Canyon.mid specifically, it's like a 2-hour biopic of Canyon.mid.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a wonderful way to end the evening. I'm going to be smiling for hours.
All right, folks. Thanks for coming. We'll be back next week.
See you later. Catch you in the canyon.